Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an article. This is from CNN. It was written by Stephen Colson and was published on May 8th. Now, what CNN's trying to do here is basically run interference and be propagandists for, of all things, of all nations, China and the Communist Party there. The Chinese Communist Party didn't do nothing. They're innocent. They aren't looking to expand and do all these other things. They're not an evil empire. They're not, the USSR 2.0 basically. No, they're innocent. They wouldn't do nothing. That's basically how CNN's trying to play it here with Stephen writing this article. Well, let's get into this here. A standoff between giants, U.S. and China, is alarming enough on its own. Scarier is the fact that nationalists on both sides have political incentives to escalate further. See, they got to demonize nationalism here because Trump is a nationalist. Being a populist, the people he attracts are going to align with him on that note. And according to CNN and these leftists and other idiots, nationalism is bad. And what's funny is China doesn't want nationalism per se. What they want is to be the dominant controlling force of the globe. Basically, they want to turn the whole fucking world into China. All right, look what they've done to Tibet. That's now part of China. Different freaking country, different people. Look at the Uyghurs. I said it a little more like Chunk Uyghur's name, but you know who I'm talking about. All right, look at them. They are from a region that, isn't exactly, Chinese. You have China expanding into Russian territory and taking Russian land, basically putting people behind a fence and saying you're now Chinese when they are Russian. They've been doing this for a long time, and Russia's kind of let it slide to some extent. I mean, they've knocked it back and stuff like that. There's a border dispute between them that doesn't get much attention. But yeah, China, their idea of nationalism is whatever they claim is China is China. It's ridiculous. But that's their form of quote-unquote nationalism. But hey, whatever. Insults and accusations over the Wu flu crisis are accelerating an already steep decline in the world's most crucial relationship. Excuse me? How is a relationship between the China and the United States the most crucial relationship in the world? China, the CCP, they seriously need to be removed from power. Okay, we do not need to give them legitimacy. All right, when you have the World Health Organization during the pandemic getting a question asked about Taiwan, and the little shitbrick asshole who's on the conference call, the video call, tries to play it like stupid, he didn't hear the call, the question, and then, when asked again basically about Taiwan, hangs up and ducks out. All right, China has them in their pocket. This is not a country that we need to have a relationship with. This is a country that we need to stand up to and basically say, hey, we're not going to work with you when it comes to the CCP. All right. And get it to a point where the CCP can't expand and is also going to end up having its own people turn against it. U.S. President Donald Trump sees China as a scapegoat for his own failure in containing the pandemic and as a campaign trail whipping boy. No, he's been seeing China as a fucking threat since before this point. This is what I don't understand. They actually think this narrative here is going to fly. All right? This will not fly because Trump has been calling out China since long before he ran for president. See, China is an even bigger threat now than it was before. See, but these idiots want us to bow down and cuck to fucking China because, we have to make nice with this evil communist fucking regime. China is not a scapegoat. China is a legitimate issue on not only the national stage in regards to this country, okay, globally. On the global stage, it is one as well. Beijing is deflecting internal discontent by standing up to the U.S. and has propagandized the botched American coronavirus response to imply the superiority of its own political system. Basically, it lied, all right? They're talking about this video, I'm sure that's what this is being referred to, that was put out basically by the CCP, that the opposite, they claimed that they did the opposite of everything that they actually did. Oh, we told you. No, you fucking covered it up. All right, and they're basically trying to play it like the United States is lying, but they did cover it up. They had the World Health Organization help cover up. All right, and this idea of deflecting internal discontent by standing up to the U.S., they literally allowed this to get released globally. Their quote-unquote standing up to the U.S., you dumb shit, is basically trying to deflect away. And I love how you won't even go near the fact that they actually tried to blame the U.S. for the Wu flu. I'm sorry, but yeah, you're CNN, you're dishonest. I shouldn't expect anything but doing something like you did there by not mentioning it. I mean, this is ridiculous. But political saber rattling could irreparably damage a fragile geopolitical balance and is sharpening fears of miscalculations in hotspots like Taiwan or the South China Sea. Oh, it's great. So basically, what they're saying is we have a geopolitical balance where China was walking all over, okay, the rest of the fucking world and taking advantage of them up until Trump. Trump is basically kicking the beehive, okay, and stirring things up because what China has been doing is wrong. And this idea of hotspots like Taiwan and the South China Sea, so basically what you're talking about is international fucking waters and territorial waters that multiple nations claim in certain parts of the South China Sea, that China has tried to move in and claim that they actually have territorial claim over the whole South China Sea, and Taiwan, an independent fucking nation, all right, that China believes is part of it and is basically building up to where they're going to invade. A plan was leaked. How long? It was less than a year ago, 6 or 8 months ago, maybe a year, where it laid out China's fucking plans to invade Taiwan by like within the next decade or less than a decade. I can't remember exactly what it was. China Uncensored on YouTube. Great channel. Definitely worth subscribing to. So is America Uncovered. They're both done by Chris Chappell and other people there. They're like sister channels. But they talked about this. So don't try to play it like, well, these contested hotspots. You know, these hotspots where the U.S. could fuck things up. China's the one that's going to fuck things up when they invade an independent fucking nation, claiming that they own it, and the fact that they've claimed the whole South China fucking Sea. So basically, this fragile balance you're talking about is we should just allow China to do what they want, and we shouldn't be standing up to China. Obviously, CNN here has either, you know, on the note of, say, a corporatist lean or an ideological lean, a reason to be fluffing the CCP right now for whatever the case is on it. They're fluffing the shit out of the CCP right now. Oh, they didn't do nothing. They're innocent. Trump and the U.S. are being evil and mean. This is ridiculous. It has also provoked a buzzy debate over a possible U.S.-China Cold War that could define the 21st century, just as the U.S. standoff with the Soviet Union colored the post-World War II world. So basically, what they're saying is we should just allow China, the communist shitpigs that they are, to continue to do what they're doing with their colonialism and screwing over other nations and getting them into debt with them so that they can take over their deep water harbors and shit like that and create naval bases out of them in foreign fucking countries. We should just allow them to do that. Because we got to make nice. But that concept of a decades-long frozen standoff between two rival nuclear powers doesn't quite capture the breadth and dynamism of the U.S.-China duel. What are you talking about? Same shit, different day. You got a communist regime with delusions of fucking grandeur that wants to take over the world. They're not innocent. They're not just in their own little peaceful thing. China is a fucking scumbag government. The CCP are nothing but a bunch of scumbags. I mean, this is ridiculous. The coming showdown will be less an ideological struggle than an active competition in technology, manufacturing, trade, infrastructure, and artificial intelligence for overseas markets, for military superiority, and the strategic edge in Asia. Now, bull fucking shit. This is not going to be about ideology. You literally have where you're talking about these contested areas, like like say Taiwan, for example. They want to remain free and be fucking democratic. Okay, the United States has fostered democracy around the world. We still try to do that. That is ideological. China wants to impose its authoritarianism and have other countries follow suit and do what they're fucking told and basically rule like how they rule the Chinese people. That's a fucking ideology. So it's going to be the communist, globalist fucking shitbag China, who basically is like USSR 2.0, okay, versus the United States that wants people to have democracy and fucking freedom. If you cannot admit that's going to be a war of ideology that is going to be fueled by technology, manufacturing, trade, infrastructure, artificial intelligence, and working with overseas markets and that, you're an idiot. You're trying to make it about the things that are going to fuel this the standoff. Okay, that's going to be, part of it, but it's not going to be the standoff itself. All right, because in this Cold War, if it was to become a hot war, or a warm, lukewarm, or whatever, there's going to be technology involved. We need to have technological superiority. Okay, there's going to be artificial intelligence. All right, and the idea of trade and overseas markets. Yes, there's going to be part of that because you want to trade with nations and have them see you as the more favorable nation and lean towards you and ideologically align with you because they see that things are better that way on their own accord. You people are disgusting over at CNN, just in the legacy media in general. All you CCP fucking cocksuckers. It's disgusting. And this idea for military superiority and strategic edge in Asia. It's been believed for years, we were always, for decades, that we're going to get to a point where we're going to end up in a war with China. Okay? All right? On the note of fiction, it's been written about, whether it's sci-fi, regular fiction, whatever, a Sino-American war. That's what's going to happen. Deal with that fact that it's almost inevitable. Because China isn't going to stop doing what they're fucking doing, or at least on the note of the CCP. Because we're not talking the Chinese people, we're talking the CCP. They're not going to stop doing what they're doing. And it's going to come down to a point where we're either going to fucking cuck, or we're going to and allow them to continue the bullshit that they're doing, all right, working towards global fucking dominance, or we're going to stand up to them and go, no, fuck you. That's how it's going to go down. China isn't innocent. China isn't, just trying to get ahead, and become, an economic, first world nation. There's way more going on. Washington policy for 50 years has been designed to manage China's rise to great power status peacefully. Oh, really? So basically, when Bill Clinton sold this fucking country out during his presidency to China and had SNL making fun of them and pointing out all their fucking criminality on taking money from Chinese businessmen that were CCP fucking officials, all right, yeah, that was about peace? Sure. Okay. Likely fucking story. What we've tried to do, okay, the policy has been, let's get China to move towards democracy by allowing them economic gain and freedom and everything else. Clearly, that hasn't fucking worked. It's made the CCP more powerful. Well, they throw the fucking people a few fucking crumbs, and they're skimming money off the top of everything. I mean, this is ridiculous. Yeah, 50 years. Yeah, it's been designed to manage. Yeah, okay. Designed to manage China's status, rise. It hasn't managed shit. That's why Trump said, we need to fucking crack down on China. Because this controlling China shit hasn't worked. Anyway, Trump instead has pivoted to confrontation, arguing the policy produced a rich, ambitious threat to U.S. dominance. Yeah, because it's allowed for China milking and fucking rigging, messing with the system to gain a massive rise while going, we're a developing nation. When they've got shit tons of fucking millionaires and billionaires. Sounds like a developing fucking nation to me. Basking in its new strength, China sees no reason to play by rules by Western nations, which it views through a lens of colonialism. Ha ha ha! China are the fucking colonialists. Look at what they're doing in fucking Africa. All right? Talk about colonialism. They're literally getting these African nations fucked financially. All right? Getting them to pay for this massive infrastructure that they turn around and then basically foreclose on. All right? And gain control over after they fucking had these people pay a shit ton of fucking money in these African nations for them. Okay? Like their Deepwater Harbor. What nation was it? Oh, shit. But the Deepwater Harbor, China knew they couldn't pay for it. They got them to pay basically for a good chunk of it. And then China goes, oh, yeah, what we'll do is we'll lease it from, basically foreclose it. Oh, yeah, we'll lease it from you. And it's now basically become a naval fucking base in Africa. For all intents and purposes, that's what it is. And you want to say that they see us as being colonialist? Seriously? Oh my God. I am not so sure that both administrations want a confrontation, said June Blanchette of the Center for Strategic and International Studies. I think what's propelling the confrontation is that the respective sides think they now are in a position of power and strength. That is new. No, China knows they're fucking weak right now. All right? Why do you think China has been basically like talking out their ass and thumping their chest? The CCP's been thumping their chest with the trade war. All right? The U.S. has been winning that. Why do you think they came back to the table? Normally, all right, they would just go to a nation and go, fuck you. We ain't doing nothing with you, asshole. Fuck you. Okay? Now they're like, hey, we go to the table. Oh, we actually signed that we will do this. We just won't make a hollow promise. Which that's what they've done up until now. They've got it in writing. They're fine. It's like this is part of the deal. You got to do it. Whereas they'd go, oh yeah, we do that. No need to put in no. Don't put in the agreement. No. And then they wouldn't follow the agreement. Even if it was put in the agreement, sometimes they wouldn't follow. But you got to put do you think we're not going to, like, with Trump in office, do you think we're not going to, like, follow through and make sure that they're honoring their end of the agreement? Of course we are. Anyway, CNN here, running propaganda for the CCP. Oh, no, Trump's the one that's escalating things with China. China's innocent. China didn't do nothing. Yeah, okay. Sure. Anyway, I've covered this well enough. I'm going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.